Hello again. Miss Justine here with the Lindenhurst Memorial Library. Welcome to Storytime on Demand. Today, I'm going to read you some stories and sing some songs with you. But first, I would like to do our hello song, Hello Hello by Super Simple Songs. If this is your first time to my story time, that's okay. You can just listen along and next time you can join in. Okay. It's going to start my music up and we can begin. Hello, hello, can you clap your hands? Hello, hello, can you clap your hands? Can you stretch up high? Can you touch your toes? Can you touch your toes? Can you turn around? Can you say hello? Hello, everyone. Hello, hello, can you stamp your feet? Hello, hello, can you stamp your feet? Can you stretch up high? Can you touch your toes? Can you touch your toes? Can you turn around? Turn around. Can you say hello? Hello, everyone. Hello, hello, can you clap your hands? Hello, hello, can you stamp your feet? Good job, everyone. Good job with this hello song. I definitely heard some new voices there. I'm so excited. If you haven't noticed already, today's Storytime on Demand is at a little different location than we're normally at. I'm filming actually from my home, so I just want to welcome everybody. And I'm going to begin my first story, and this is a very funny story. I like this one. This one is called The True Story of the Three Little Pigs. And it's written by John Sinka, illustrated by Lane Smith, and published by Viking. And I want to thank the publishers today for allowing us to read their story during our story time. The true story of the three little pigs. Let's check it out. What's the true story of the three little pigs, boys and girls? Everybody knows the story of the three little pigs, or at least they think they do. But I'll tell you a little secret. Nobody knows the real story because nobody has ever heard my side of the story. I'm the wolf, Alexander T. Wolf. You can call me Al. I don't know how this whole big bad wolf thing started, but it's all wrong. Maybe it's because of my diet. Hey, it's not my fault wolves eat cute little animals like bunnies and sheep and pigs. That's just the way we are. If cheeseburgers were cute, folks would probably think you were big and bad too. Got a point there. But like I was saying, the whole big bad wolf thing is all wrong. The real story is about a sneeze and a cup of sugar. This is the real story. Way back in Once Upon a Time, I was making a birthday cake for my dear old granny. I had a terrible sneezing cold and I was out of sugar. So I walked down the street to ask my neighbor for a cup of sugar. And he wasn't too bright either. He had built his whole house out of straw. Can you believe it? I mean, who in their right mind would build a house out of straw? So of course, the minute I knocked on the door, it fell right down. I didn't want to just walk into someone else's house, so I called out, little pig, are you in?" No answer. I was just about to go home without the cup of sugar from my dear old granny's birthday cake. That's when my nose started to itch. I felt a sneeze coming on. Well, I huffed and I snuffed and I sneezed a great big sneeze. Whoa, look at that sneeze. And you know what? The whole darn storehouse fell down. And right in the middle of the pile of straw was the first little pig, dead as a doornail. He had been home the whole time. It seems like a shame to leave a perfectly good ham dinner lying there in the straw, so I ate it up. Think of it as a big cheeseburger just lying there. It does have a point there too. Oh my goodness. I was feeling a little bit better, but I still didn't have my cup of sugar. So I went to the next neighbor's house. This neighbor was the first little pig's brother. He was a little smarter, but not by much. He had built his house out of sticks. I rang the doorbell on the stick house. Nobody answered. I called, Mr. Pig, are you in?" He yelled back, "Go away, Wolf. You can't come in. I'm shaving the hairs on my chinny chin chin." I had just grabbed the doorknob when I felt another sneeze coming on. I huffed and I snuffed and I tried to cover my mouth, but I sneezed a great big sneeze. And you're not going to believe it, but this guy's house fell down, just like his brother's. When the dust cleared, there was the second little pig, dead as a doornail. Wolf's honor. Now, you know food will spoil if you just leave it out in the open. So I did the only thing there was to do. I had dinner again. Think of it as a second helping. I was getting awfully full, but my cold was feeling a little better. And I still didn't have that cup of sugar for my dear old Granny's birthday cake. So I went to the next house. This guy was the first and second little pig's brother. He must have been the brains of the family. He had built his house out of bricks. I knocked on the door. No answer. I called, Mr. Pig, are you in?" And do you know what that rude little pork said? "Get out of here, Wolf. Don't bother me again." Was kind of rude to say. Talk about impolite. He probably had the whole sack full of sugar, and he wouldn't give me one little cup for my dear sweet old Granny's birthday cake. What a pig. I was just about to go home and maybe make a birthday card instead of a cake when I let out my cold coming on. I huffed and I snuffed and I sneezed once again. Then the third little pig yelled, "And your old Granny can sit on a pin." That wasn't very nice either. Now, I'm usually a pretty calm fellow, but when somebody talks about my Granny like that, I go a little crazy. When the cops drove up, of course I was trying to break down the pig's door. And the whole time I was huffing and puffing and sneezing and making a real scene. The rest, as they call it, is history. The news reporters found out about the 2 pigs I had for dinner. They figured a sick guy going to borrow a cup of sugar didn't sound very exciting. So they jazzed up the story with all that huff and puff and blow your house down. And then they made me the big bad wolf. That's it. The end of the story. I was framed. But maybe, could you loan me a cup of sugar? The end. That was a silly story, wasn't it? Now, who do you believe, guys? Do you believe the wolf or do you believe the 3 little pigs? I have to think about it. I don't know. All I definitely know is that all about talking about the sugar and making a cake has made me hungry. Would you guys like to help me make a cake? You would? Excellent. So we're going to sing Patty Cake. If you haven't sang it before, it's okay. We're going to sing it a few times. I'll sing it first and you can listen, and the next time you can join in, okay? Patty cake, baker's man. Bake me a cake as fast as you can. I'm gonna roll it and pat it and mark it with an F and put it in the oven for my friends and me. Good job. Okay, you guys ready to join in? Okay, let's do it. Patty cake, baker's man. Bake me a cake as fast as you can. I'm gonna roll it and pat it and mark it with an F and put it in the oven for my friends and me. Good job. Would you guys like to do it one more time? Okay, one more time. Ready? Patty cake, baker's man. Bake me a cake as fast as you can. We're gonna roll it and pat it and mark it with an F and put it in the oven for my friends and me. Good job, everybody. That was a great song. I hope our cake gets done soon. I'm hungry. So the next story I'm going to read to you today is called Little Red Riding Hood. And this was written and illustrated by Duaraka Kolavi, published by Paragon Books. And I want to thank this publisher for allowing us to read their story during our story time. Once upon a time, there was a little girl who wore a beautiful red cloak that her grandmother had made for her. It had a big red hood, so everybody called the girl Little Red Riding Hood. Little Red Riding Hood lived with her grandmother in a cottage on the edge of the forest. Let's see this little picture? So we're going to pull this one right here. Ooh. One day, Little Red Riding Hood set off to visit grandmother, who was sick. Don't talk to strangers, Mama called after her. Well, hopefully she listens to Mom, right? On her way, Little Red Riding Hood stopped to pick some flowers for Granny, when suddenly there appeared a, can you see that? A wolf. Good job. So we're going to pick the tab with the wolf on it. Hello, little girl, he said. Where are you going? I'm just going to visit my grandmother, who lives on the other side of the forest. Little Red Riding Hood explained, forgetting her mother's warning. Oh, she forgot her mother's warning. So you see this little picture of Little Red? So now we're going to... The sneaky wolf ran as fast as he could to grandmother's house. Oh no, poor Little Red. See what happens next. Grandma answered the door to a hungry wolf who swallowed her in one gulp. I'm going to pick up Grandma's picture. It's the next one. Then the wolf disguised himself as Grandma. That tricky old wolf. Soon, Little Red Riding Hood arrived. Grandma, she called. I'm in the bedroom, replied the wolf in a strange voice. Little Red Riding Hood gasped when she saw Grandma. What big eyes you have, Grandma, she said. All the better to see you with, the wolf replied. What big ears you have, Grandma, Little Red Riding Hood added. All the better for hearing you with, said the wolf. My, what big teeth you have, Grandma, said Little Red Riding Hood. All the better to eat you with, said the wolf, swallowing her whole. Oh no, poor Little Red and Grandma. The wolf ate her. Luckily, a passing woodcutter heard Little Red Riding Hood scream. He ran inside. Turn that wolf upside down. Let's turn the wolf upside down. And out tumbled Grandma and Little Red Riding Hood. They were so cross they chased the wolf out of the house. And Little Red Riding Hood never spoke to strangers again. The end. That was a good story, right? And a very good lesson, right? We never talk to strangers. It's very good, right? We don't know who they are, so it's always good. Always ask a grown-up you know for help. So the next song I'm going to sing with you guys today is actually one of my favorites. It's called Open, Shut Them. And I'm going to do it like we did Patty Cake. I'm going to sing it once, and then you guys can follow along, okay? Ready? Open, shut them. Open, shut them. Give a little clap, clap, clap. Open, shut them. Open, shut them. Put them in your lap, lap, lap. Creep them, curl them, creep them, curl them, right up to your chin, chin, chin. Open up your little mouth, but do not put them in. Good job. Would you guys like to try with me? Okay, let's go. Ready? Open open, shut them, open, shut them. Give a little clap, clap, clap. Open, shut them, open, shut them. Put them in your lap, lap, lap. Creep them, crawl them, creep them, crawl them, right up to your chin, chin, chin. Open up your little mouth, but do not put them in. Good job, everybody. It's one of my favorite songs. So the next story I'm going to tell you, I'm actually going to use this board, and it's the story of Jack and Jill. I don't know if you've heard of it. So, Jack and Jill went up a hill to fetch a pail of water. Jack fell down and broke his crown, and Jill came tumbling after. Wasn't that a silly little story? It's a quick little story, but such a silly little story. We'll put Jack and Jill away. Hopefully Jack's head feels better soon. So the last story I'm going to read to you guys today from a book is called Chicken Little. And this was adapted by Oakland Graham, illustrated by Kimberly Burns, and published by Top That. And I want to thank the publisher today for allowing us to read their story. As Chicken Little was walking in the woods one day, plop, an acorn fell from a tree on his head. Help, cried Chicken Little, the sky is falling down. I must go tell the king. Chicken Little raced off to find the king and met Henny Penny. Where are you going, Henny Penny? Said Chicken Little. I'm going to the woods, Henny Penny replied. No, Henny Penny, don't go there, said Chicken Little. The sky is falling down. I'm going to tell the king. So Henny Penny joined Chicken Little, and off they went to tell the king the sky is falling down. On the way they met Cocky Locky. Where are you going, Cocky Locky? Said Henny Penny. I'm going to the woods, Cocky Locky replied. No, Cocky Locky, don't go there. I was going to the woods when I met Chicken Little, and Chicken Little had been to the woods, and the sky is falling down. We're going to tell the king. So Cocky Locky joined Henny Penny and Chicken Little, and off they went to the king to tell the sky is falling down. On the way they met Ducky Lucky. Where are you going, Ducky Lucky? Said Cocky Locky. I'm going to the woods, Ducky Lucky replied. No, Ducky Lucky, don't go there. I was going to the woods when I met Henny Penny. Henny Penny met Chicken Little, and Chicken Little been in the woods, and the sky is falling down. We're going to tell the king. So Ducky Lucky joined Cocky Locky, Henny Penny, and Chicken Little, and off they went to tell the king that the sky is falling down. On they met Darky Larky. Where are you going, Darky Larky? Said Ducky Lucky. I'm going to the woods, Darky Larky replied. No, Darky Lucky, don't go there. I was going into the woods when I met Cocky Locky, and Cocky Locky had met Henny Penny, and Henny Penny had met Chicken Little, and Chicken Little had been in the woods, and the sky is falling down. We're going to tell the king. So Darky Locky joined Ducky Lucky, Cocky Locky, Henny Penny, and Chicken Little, and they were off to tell the king that the sky was falling down. On their way they went Goosey Lucy. Where are you going, Goosey Lucy? Said Darky Lucky. I'm going to the woods, Goosey Lucy replied. No, Goosey Lucy, don't go there. I was going to the woods when I met Ducky Lucky, and Ducky Lucky had met Cocky Locky, and Cocky Lucky had met Henny Penny, and Henny Penny had met Chicken Little, and Chicken Little had been in the woods, and the sky is falling down. We're going to tell the king. A lot of people, my goodness. So Goosey Lucy joined Darky Lucky, Ducky Lucky, Cocky Lucky, and Henny Penny, and Chicken Little, and off they went to tell the king the sky was falling down. On their way they met Gander Lander. Where are you going, Gander Lander? Said Goosey Lucy. I'm going to the woods, Gander Lander replied. No, Gander Lander, don't go there. I was going to the woods when I met Darky Larky, and Darky Larky met Ducky Lucky, and Ducky Lucky had met Cocky Locky, and Cocky Locky had met Henny Penny, and Henny Penny had met Chicken Little, and Chicken Little had been in the woods, and the sky is falling down. We're going to tell the king. So Gander Lander joined Goosey Lucy, and Oh, and Darky Larky, and Ducky Lucky, and Cocky Locky, and Henny Penny, and Chicken Little, and off they went to tell the king that the sky is falling down. On they met Turkey Lurkey. Where are you going, Turkey Lurkey? Said Ganderlander. I'm going to the woods, Turkey Lurkey replied. No, Turkey Lurkey, don't go there. I was going to the woods when I met Goosey Lucy, and Goosey Lucy had met Darky Larky, and Larky had met Ducky Lucky, and Ducky Lucky had met Cocky Locky, and Cocky Locky had met Henny Penny, and Henny Penny had met Chicken Little, and Chicken Little had been in the woods, and the sky is falling down. We're going to tell the king. So Turkey Lurkey joined Ganderlander, Goosey Lucy, Darky Larky, Ducky Lucky, and Cocky Locky, Henny Penny, and Chicken Little, and off they went to tell the king that the sky is falling down. On their way they met Foxy Loxy. Where are you going, Foxy Loxy? Said Turkey Lurkey. I'm going to the woods, said Foxy Loxy. No, Foxy Loxy, don't go there. I was going to the woods when I met Ganderlander, and Ganderlander had met Goosey Lucy, and Goosey Lucy had met Darky Larky, and Darky Larky had met Ducky Lucky, and Ducky Lucky had met Cocky Locky, and Cocky Locky had met Henny Penny, and Henny Penny had met Chicken Little, and Chicken Little had been in the woods, and the sky was falling down. We're going to tell the king. Okay, let's see. Now, Foxy Loxy was a clever and hungry fox. So he offered to show Turkey Lurkey and Ganderlander and Goosey Lucy and Darky Larky and Ducky Lucky and Cocky Locky and Henny Penny and Chicken Little the quickest way to the palace. Uh-oh. But instead of taking them to the palace, he led them to the foxhole. Just as the Foxy Loxy was about to eat them all up for dinner, the king's dogs ran by barking and scared him away. Oh, what a relief. Oh my goodness. Whew. That Foxy Loxy, tricky Foxy. Turkey Lurkey and Ganderlander and Goosey Lucy, Darky Larky, Ducky Lucky, Cocky Locky, and Henny Penny and Chicken Little all ran as fast as they could to get away from Foxy Loxy until they reached the woods, as they hurtled around a large oak tree. Then the wind blew and acorns fell down. Plop, plop, plop. Chicken Little looked up at the sky and realized that it wasn't falling at all, and that it was only an acorn that had fallen on his head. That silly Chicken Little. Chicken Little felt very silly for telling his friends that the sky was falling down. But Turkey Lurkey and Ganderlander and Goosey Lucy and Darky Larky and Ducky Lucky and Cocky Locky and Henny Penny all learned a very important lesson that day. They no longer believe anything they are told without thinking for themselves. The end. That was a great book too, and it had a great lesson, right? Sometimes we hear stuff from other people, but it's important to think for ourselves, right? Maybe find out if it's true. Like, is the sky falling? No, it wasn't. It was just an acorn that fell on his head. Silly Chicken Little. So I hope you guys had fun today at my story time. I really had fun reading all those stories to you guys. But before we officially go, I would like for us to sing our goodbye song, which is called Bye Bye Goodbye by Super Simple Songs. And like I said earlier today, if you're new here to my story times, it's okay. You can just listen along, and next time you can join in, okay? Here we go. Clap your hands.
I can stamp my feet.
Stamp your feet.
I can clap my hands.
Clap your hands.
I can stamp my feet.
Stamp those feet.
Bye bye, goodbye. Bye bye, bye bye, goodbye. Bye bye, goodbye. Bye bye, bye bye, goodbye. Goodbye.
Goodbye, everyone. Thank you for joining me today on Storytime on Demand. Hope to see everybody soon. Bye.